Taylor Grayson 33. Today we're going to be going over the Silverback 60-inch glass backboard, and it's called the Ghost because it is the tinted glass backboard. And we're going to go through the boxes, see what it comes with. We're going to go through the install, putting it together, and then I'll show the process of the concrete and putting the anchor system in and putting the pole up and putting the backboard on the pole. The instruction manual is super easy to read. It goes step by step on each item: backboard, the pole, the actuator, and here's just a diagram. And like I said, it's super easy to read, and I did this all by myself. There are several plastic washers that go between the metal arms and the pole. It'll make it a lot easier if you tape those on so you can feed the bolt through. So this is the bottom pole for the Silverback 60-inch Ghost, and it'll say back side of the pole, and then we're gonna attach, it takes two people. I'm gonna try it with one first, but you're gonna take the other half of the pole and pound it, and the bottom of the pole will come down to here. So it's gonna overlap pole. It has the warning label, and it also says the back side. And so on the bottom pole, it says backside, so make sure you do this right. And we're gonna put it on top and pound it in, so this much will be overlapped. And it's all with the decals and in the instruction manual, so it's very easy to see that and read it and not get it wrong. So let's see what we can do here. So we got the back part of the goal, which is labeled there, and the back side of the bottom pole, which is labeled there. Raise it up, connect it, pick it up. All right, so this is the top pole, this is the bottom pole sticker, backside. There's arrows. Bottom of the upper pole must cover the above orange portion of the sticker. So we are good there, and it is straight. So if you're, I guess, strong enough, you can do it with one person, but it is kind of top heavy, and just be careful to not dent it or mess it up. So here we go, we're going to continue with the install. And the Silverback is 25. Silverback is 7 by 7. And the Silverback is 10 inches.
What are you doing? I'm fixing a divot.
So we're about to install the Silverback Ghost 60-inch anchor. I've went ahead and marked the center on all three sides, and then where the anchor needs to be placed. I want to make sure the concrete is starting to harden a little bit before you place it in there. Once you start placing the anchor in the hole in the form in the concrete, just make sure that it is in the middle of the forms and the concrete, but also you want to put a level front to back, side to side, and move it around a little bit. You see I'm using the nuts and bolts that are coming up just to kind of move it and make it level. And you want to check it every couple minutes because the concrete will settle, harden, things like that. You don't want the anchor sinking down farther into the concrete because you want it to be flush and level, so when you install the Go, it's not going to be uneven. Once the concrete has set for 3 to 5 days, we will go ahead and take the tape off of the bolts and the anchor system. And you'll see here that concrete did get on the tape. So I'm glad we taped this up, and will make for a lot easier install. If I can find where the tape starts here. There we go.
It'll just keep the threads clean. You see some of the concrete popping off there. And that's fine if the bolt is a little loose, because we'll tighten that up before we install the pole. So yeah, just take the tape off and you're ready to go. It makes for a much easier, faster install with no hassle. Looks good to me. Just make sure they're tight. And so this is how it's gonna go. I'm gonna lay a washer on all four, and then I'm gonna put the pole on. All right, so this is the Silverback system. I've already put together all this in my basement, and I'm gonna sit the pole down. Got two people to help, that'd probably be best, but I am winging it. Just walk it on. Like that. On the threads and the anchor system, we will put the washer first on all four corners. Kind of keep your hand on it so it doesn't fall over. We'll put the locking washer on. All four, and we'll put the nuts on all four. You'll go hand tighten them so it gets down to the locking washer. Down snug. Then you'll get a 1-inch wrench and you will hand tighten them. Top it off, you just got these caps. Just sit on there, kind of pop on a little bit, kind of make it look a little bit nicer. And your pole is installed. The next thing we will do is put the backboard on, and so we're going to put the device that you crank and turn. We'll put it on there and we'll lower the goal all the way down, and then we will install the backboard. Once you're ready to install the backboard, get a ladder and put it 3, 4, 5 inches below this hole here on the frame, and put a towel down, because once you get the backboard up, you're gonna rest it on here, and then you're gonna attach the 4 arms to the backboard. In this step, you will need at least 2 people, if not 3, but everything else I was able to do by myself. So my neighbor actually has a lift, so this will make the process a lot easier. We just had to lift the backboard and rim system on the platform, and you'll see how much easier this is. You don't have to have as much manpower and kind of holding the backboard up, because putting the 4 arms and the 4 bolts, and there's 3 washers per arm. There's 2 metal washers that go on the outside, and then in between the 2 metal pieces, the arm and the backboard, there will be a plastic washer, and you might want to tape those on there just like we did in the beginning of the video, because it is going to be hard to put that plastic washer in that little bitty gap when you're trying to thread the bolt through. Life is good when you got awesome neighbors that have cool stuff. Quincy has this lift, so he allowed me to use it, and we put this backboard up and made it a lot easier. Then he started busting out some karaoke skills. Just put the backboard on the lift, and now I'm just going to tighten up the 4 bolts. Make sure a metal washer goes on the outside, and there's a plastic washer that goes in between the arms and the backboard. And then there's another washer on the inside, as you can see on that side. So metal washer, plastic washer, metal washer, and then tighten it up. All right, the next step is get your compact impact drill and put in the 2 screws on either side to hold the 2 poles together, even though they overlap about 6 inches. But that's just to give it more stability. And going to install the backboard padding. 3 screws, 1, 2, and then 1 on the side. It's gonna look like that. So the next step is we're going to crank it all the way up to 10 feet. We're going to measure it, and then we're going to put the sticker on the cylinder action.
What is 10 feet? They'll adjust it from 7.5 to 10 feet.
So after we've raised the go to 10 feet, we're gonna crank the go back down after we put the piece of tape or sticker underneath the plastic sleeve. We're gonna crank it all the way down. And then we're gonna put the sticker from Silverback that goes to 7.5 feet to 10 feet. And that's how you're gonna be able to adjust it and know what height the rim is at. The sticker, just like that. Have the 10 feet at the line that the tape was gone and take the tape off. So the final step is to put the pole pad on the pole. And it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Velcro straps, and it's 1.5 inches thick of padding. So that's the full install for the Silverback Ghost 60-inch tinted glass backboard. You can get it at gorilla.com or escaladesports.com. And don't forget to use my link. Check it out. We're going to put up some shots and do a little dunking on this to see how durable it is. But I don't think there's going to be any issues. One final piece that I forgot to add is the spring on the rim. There's a plate that goes in there like that. There'll be 2 screws on the left, 2 on the right, and I will add, if you have a 1-inch socket, then you can adjust how much the rim will flex when the ball hits it or when you dunk on it. So don't forget to add the plate, and you can adjust that spring at any time. All right, so we just installed the Silverback 60-inch Ghost. It's a tinted backboard. We're gonna get some shots up on it. We're gonna see how it reacts to makes and misses, and then we're gonna lower it down and then work our way up to see how high I can dunk, but also see how the backboard and the goal reacts and responds to the dunks, things like that. And we're gonna be using the Gorilla indoor-outdoor basketball. Check it out. They've got some really good balls for outdoor and for indoor. The Gorilla Height indoor basketball is absolutely awesome. Use my link. That's what I've been using. So let's go ahead and shoot some free throws, see how the goal responds. get some dunks up. This is gonna be the fun part. We're gonna start at 7.5. Eight and a half. Nine feet. .25. There it is. Get my shoes and tie them up next time. Hey, we just wrapped up the shooting session. Shot some free throws, shot some 3-pointers. We did some dunks from 7.5 feet, 8, 8.5, 9, and I got up to 9.25, maybe 9.5. I have to look at the tape. But anyways, you see how the goal responds to makes, misses, and the dunks. And don't forget to check out gorilla.com or escaladesports.com and check out their basketballs as well. This is an indoor-outdoor ball. It's awesome. And then the Gorilla Hype basketball is the best indoor basketball I've used. Check them out. They've got some awesome basketball hoops. This one right here is awesome. It's got the tinted glass backboard like I mentioned. The sun comes from this side, so it's going to block the glare. And even when it's setting over here, just all the background noise, the wind, the birds, the trees, all that stuff, the buildings. Thanks again, Gorilla and Escalade Sports and Silverback for the basketball go.